final three. I'm going to let each of you end with a closing remark. After each of the closing remarks, if the jury wants to have a quick response to either of them, they can do so. Bernard, we're going to start off with you this time. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know a lot of you guys like big moves and stuff, but I think if people who aren't like doing the social game and all that stuff want a chance at winning this game, you're gonna have to play a straightforward game and just have a game plan going into this game, and that's what I did. And I guess if you guys don't like that, it's fine. And I also voted Andrew out for the content because I thought it would be fun for you guys to maybe fun for everyone, I guess, to watch and see something interesting happen, but I guess nothing really that interesting happened out of it. But yeah, vote for me if you want good content.
I was really this close to voting you and wouldn't even gotten it wrong.
That would have been so
It's so bad.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing that.
Are we allowed to talk as a jury before we vote or no? Or are we have to just vote?
No,
in silence.
They don't do it.
You guys can respond. You guys can.
Look, are we allowed to talk to each other, like in private?
No, not in private. You can. That was all before deliberation. You guys can. This is a public forum setting now. After each closing remark,
Okay.
if you have any thoughts on that.
Thank you for setting that up.
Yeah, Musa. Sorry, not Musa. Bernard played what he calls a straightforward social game. That's just kind of going through the motions and playing. I think I didn't really do that. I think I more so played something similar to that. I played an honest social game. My social game was honest. I tried to make genuine relationships with the players so I can actually gain their trust. He just kind of went in, how did he get to the end in the easiest way possible? I tried to find the strong sections, the places where I can fit in and actually join in and be a powerful player within that group. And I think I did that. I managed to grab Andrew. I managed to grab Bernard. It was going to be Musa, but I managed to grab him. And we, as a group, we managed to take out all the three biggest, all of the biggest threats in the game. And I think that's speaks major for the honest social game.
We were talking about that. Us, me, you, Brandon. You know that already. Sorry.
Confirmed.
What?
That. When you say biggest threats, you mean like me, Brandon, and
Yes, in terms of challenge and social game. You guys had the most aggressive play styles. And aggressive play styles I needed to get rid of because they're unpredictable.
Okay. Josh, any closing remark?
I'm the play style you got to watch out for when you get in this game. You got to watch out for the person who's willing to work out with anyone to do anything to get furthest. Okay? I don't think I played too dirty, to be honest. If I ever had to make the move to keep myself away from any type of vote, then it had to be done. Making Ben, who, as I said, I perceived as the biggest threat, seemed like he had an idol, was important for me because I want Ben out so Brandon's weaker. But not because I want Brandon out, but because I want to work with Brandon later on for myself. It's not about getting rid of these people. It's about keeping them in. You want to keep in these people who will seem bigger than you later on in the game. And I'm cool with that because I want to see him out. When it gets down to it, it'd be like Brandon, and then I'd be with like Bernard or Andrew, something like that. And then it's just a free vote off there, and then I'm guaranteed final three. Unless Brandon would, like one of them would win like final four. In that case, then no plan there really. But I'm the play style you got to watch out for.
In response to that, all you did was the same thing I did, but you didn't have any strong connections, and all you did was scramble the entire time, and just scramble for an alliance to be with. You latched on to R3 the entire time and just voted with us. You didn't do anything you didn't do anything that we didn't want you to do. You just tagged along with us the entire time.
Scuff Steve Jobs looking
I felt that was pretty close with Brandon, Bernard, and Andrew. As I said, I thought they were my closest three throughout the game. Like, again, I'd never had a core wingman throughout the whole game. I wish. I think that's the optimal way to play this game. You need someone you can fully trust. But I intended to be Brandon, but I never got that vibe. Ended up finding out later on it merged that it was actually Bernard the whole time.
But it's just a bad choice. And in the first place, it's a bad choice to have Brandon as a core wingman. I bet you knew going going into this, that he would be one of the biggest threats going into this.
That's exactly why I want to keep him in.
Yeah, you wanted to keep him in, but what is that going to do for you in the end? You're going to lose.
Other people
There's
vote
no
him out.
purpose.
No, the purpose is other people vote him out before we get to
Yeah,
the
but
very end.
other people vote him out, and then you don't have any solid alliances near the end of the game, which shows right here. You didn't have any solid alliances at the end of the game, and you latched on.
So be it. I don't need no alliances. As I said, I never needed one of those stupid immunity idols. Never needed any of that because there was no way I was ever going home. Every vote, I knew which way was going. People always contacted me.
You had no idea you'd even be here.
If you gave you a free final 3, you guys should have been going home. You did for the content. You shouldn't even be here. You could say, I never got
You can't control Bernard's actions.
You can't control Bernard's actions, but there was no way to defend Bernard's play.
Bern wanted the style.
I'm not defending Bernard's
Yeah, I wanted the
play.
style for you.
Josh shouldn't even be.
Josh
won Bago fair and square.
Yeah, but I don't want Josh to come up here.
Did he win the vote fair and square?
Josh should not be coming up here saying like, "Oh, like I knew I wasn't going home." When Bernard literally was like,
Like Bern could have
going home up until the last one.
You did not say that.
"Yeah, that's a very relevant."
Who could have? Anyone could have predicted that a mile away. Are you kidding me?
What? That Bernard was gonna vote against?
No, not that. I'm talking about the me at Final Four is for guaranteed gone once Posky's gone.
So you're saying your goal this whole game was to make it a Final Four and that's it?
No, my goal is to make it to the end. I come on. I said this 3 times already. I
you're
didn't want
saying-
that to be
but
the
how
final
great
four.
game to
Plan on
Final
getting to the
Four.
end
So you're
without
saying
any
your
alliances.
optimal play was to
optimal play-
to get yourself into the only position where you get to the final 3 to win the last challenge?
No.
There's no way because you're not going to flip any of the
understand.
And you just said earlier, there's no way you could have gotten it
The
without.
optimal play is to bring a strong player to the
You couldn't
Final
do that.
Four
You're
while
saying-
the others
you're
are
saying that was
weak.
impossible.
Bring a strong player so they can beat you.
No, so they go home. Brandon,
What are you banking on to make them go home if they're a strong
They
player
lose the
socially
challenge.
and physically?
you gotta
If
take
they're a
risks in this
strong
game.
player
I was willing to do
socially
the
and
RNG
physically,
vote off.
they're gonna stay in the game. There was an opening to take Brandon out, so we took Brandon out,
I think you gotta take risks. in
which
this
you
game.
voted with the 3.
Ah, shit, G.
Who you guys
And if
voting for?
you voted with the 3, you helped us vote out Brandon.
I'm not.
Hey, any jury talk, speak up. Keep it open
All right,
for
who are you guys voting
Okay,
for?
hold on. Josh, okay, when I was gonna get voted out, did I ask to talk to you or did you come talk to me?
I came up to you.
Why'd you tell me? Why'd you tell me?
As I said, I don't want. I know right off the bat if those 4 stay strong, I'm in it. But am I necessarily on the top? Not really. I'm kind of just chilling along for the ride. If we get one of them out, then it makes me look good with you. And then if I want, I can just flip over the next day back to them.
Flippers never get far.
Yeah, I'm in the end.
A lot of my
Because of the content.
So I want Josh to brag about
Yeah,
it.
but Josh is the most Survivor fan, so I kind of.
Yeah, but that's but then I remember Josh sucking me out in poker and just laughing in my face. and I kind of want him to win $200. And then I remember his name's he's gonna go in the Blunderbuss group chat and just be like, "Hey guys, I won Survivor!" And that's gonna be the next year. So I really want that. Not really.
I mean, I kind of want to vote.
I'm
John
telling you
after this.
what my game was, okay?
I'm thinking
In the
Josh.
end,
I
I came in as a major underdog. That's true. I didn't know anybody. I didn't know Andrew. I barely knew Posky. I didn't know you. I've met you. I hung out with you like 3 times maybe tops, and then every other one of the Smash players. I didn't know anybody. I had to play the most optimal social game as I could. I had to stay within the lower and middle. In my very first pre-game confessional, I said, I'm going to play the middle and lower levels. I need to use the marginalized, use the outsiders to my advantage. And that's exactly what I did.
In about 30 seconds. That's fine. I have like 10 minutes left. I'm going to run and
My biggest concern going into merge was they all were wondering. So it was the vote with Yowdy and CJ actually, the Yowdy vote. I actually had talked to Yowdy quite a bit about getting with. I actually thought about it. Nothing I told Yowdy was a lie. I thought about it like, what happens right here if I go with Yowdy, get rid of John, and I have to work with him later. But I just didn't see that as a working plan. Because that plan was strictly to counteract whatever Brandon was going to do post merge. Because I was nervous of what Brandon and Ben squad would do. Didn't really matter anyway because getting rid of Yowdy makes you think that I'm still cool with the blue, and I can still frame Ben later on to weaken that. That was my biggest concern going into merge, though. Like, I mean,
If I vote for Bernard, is this a wasted vote?
Yes.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
I'm not voting for Bernard.
I'm not voting for Bernard.
Vote for me.
Alright. So it's a waste of
I
vote.
thought I was voting for Bernard. God damn.
I am voting for Bernard.
Voting for Bernard is a meme. I think those two have actually done things this game.
Yeah, I know, but
Josh.
Josh played great till
I
Final
think-
Four.
I'm
Then
one
he
of
got
those people I think
RNG'd
make big
in.
plays.
How am I
Bruce
supposed to
just
make big plays
scrambled
when
the
there's so little
entire
time to
time.
make big plays?
Scrambling
I made
can
big
work,
plays.
and it did.
It can
You made big plays.
It can work if you can rely on luck
Yeah,
for someone
okay,
to get
fine.
you in
He
for
scrambled
content.
in, you goaded in. And you're saying that's optimal.
How's
He's
it-
saying he's not scrambled.
Alright,
I don't
I
know
think-
which
I
is
think-
his
First of
way
all,
to
we
go.
didn't even go. We all kind of agreed that like the only way to win is if me, John, and Andrew make it to the final three. There's
I
no
don't
other
think-
way
I don't
for
think
this to happen.
I think John is less of a goat. Now listening to all this, I think John's like played a much better game than I gave him credit for.
Then
What-
Josh?
what-
Then Bernard.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, well, Bernard's not the question.
Okay, so is it
What-
now is it a
I don't see
wasted
what me and
vote
John did differently.
to
is
vote
what
for
I'm saying.
John?
What did me and John
No,
do
it's not a
differently?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
John made it out of his try.
Then my vote's my
I
vote's.
literally.
Okay, I'm gonna vote for Josh. I don't think it's.
I'm voting-
There's
I'm
like
voting-
nothing between me and John. is different.
Josh, your play when
You know?
Ben got voted out, I think was actually like the fucking smartest play. Of
The Ben
season.
play was an accident. He
I don't
told
care.
us it was an accident.
I don't care. I still think
What?
It was an accident.
What are you talking about?
He put Posky as a fucking
the plan
accident.
was the plan was this from the start of the day. The plan was I get out and I tell everyone that you have an idol, which I did. Okay. Told Brandon, but Brandon seemed extremely disinterested, and I apparently I guess he didn't believe it at all. Okay, so be it with that. So my plan was I thought, okay, hopefully we can get rid of Ben. Brandon would be cool with voting out Ben. Maybe Brandon would believe that he has an idol. As I said, the whole intended purpose of that end of pre-merge to beginning of post-merge is so you're out and I'm with Brandon. Because as I said, I want to be with Brandon, okay? Now, unfortunately, that did not work out. I've talked to Andrew privately, and I mentioned, let's get rid of Ben. A lot of names got mixed around. It came down to Ben and Posky. And then I'm gonna be honest, when we got to that tribal, I forgot who I was voting for.
Okay, but it was a split tie. Who flipped?
At the end of the day, no, I was a split vote. That is correct.
So you switched
It's
from
it's the pure
John to
example
me.
of his scrambling.
No, I
garbage.
never voted John.
Josh, you should.
I never voted John.
I think
Okay,
you're
okay,
retarded.
okay.
It's-
all the scrambling is just pure luck. He's just doing shit
I-
because he
I-
thinks
I
it
wouldn't call
might
him a player's
work.
genius, not that
There's
you're
no
an idiot.
actual strategy. There's no background strategy to what he's doing. It's just blind luck trying to figure out what would work the best.
How many of you
Wait.
believed in the Ben idol? Just curious. It doesn't seem like Brandon did.
I did.
I thought it was a real possibility. I didn't say I believed in it, but I thought it was a real possibility.
I talked to Ben. I was almost certain he did not have one.
Wait, Posky, what do you actually think is different between me and John's game plan? Like,
I thought John was
We
more.
kinda did the same
I thought
exact
John
thing.
was more aggressive post merge.
I thought
wait,
John.
why was he more
I
aggressive?
think you're the more goat.
He was.
I thought.
Yeah,
We-
now I
we
feel
literally had
like
the same exact plan.
John was
We
coming
literally
from a
like,
much harder
we can't
spot.
win.
maybe he's
Bert-
just talking
Bert-
more right.
Yeah, that's maybe
I
all
respect
it
the
is.
harder spot when you guys are playing similar games.
I think John was a lot more like talkative with me, and I thought John was like a lot more like aggressive at like tribals and stuff. And
Hey,
I
how
think-
often did either two of them talk to you guys?
Okay, like,
John,
like, they
John,
approach you
felt
guys.
John felt like the leader of like the trio. to
Okay,
me, at
like
least.
when John talked to me, I thought it was all bullshit, but at least he talked to me.
Yeah, I agree. Like John like wanted to talk to me, and I'm like, all right, this guy's like, I don't
Anytime
wanna talk to him, but,
anybody
like,
anytime I talk to anybody other than the original first tribal, every single time I talk to someone, I was telling the truth. I didn't lie. I didn't do no bullshit.
yeah, I don't think John even lied to me when we talked.
I did not lie. I told.
I mean,
I
I
know
think
there's
he
nothing
lied.
wrong with lying.
I'm just, okay, well, he's saying.
I
Like,
think he
nothing
lied to
wrong
me,
with
but if
if
he's
he's saying like I
But-
don't lie, but he was lying. That's
yeah,
like,
he was
that's kind
lying,
of
but he
retarded.
talked.
Yeah, no, he wasn't lying to me. He's like, yeah, it's like it's
John,
gonna
I
be
actually
Josh,
think
and I'm
you-
like,
I actually think, now that I think about it, I think if Bernard takes Andrew, I think you win this without a doubt. So I think you did set yourself up for good success when I tried to convince you that I
agree.
believed personally it wasn't, but now I see how it goes down, and I
We gotta vote, Lake. We gotta vote. It's gonna.
It's
take
it's getting a
days.
little too. It's still getting a little
We gotta
too deep.
vote.
Okay,
Before, but
At
everyone
the
just
end of
said
the
their
day, Josh
votes.
should not be in this final three. Okay.
I'm
no,
not- that is
no.
Josh played a
Just
perfect
don't
game
say
so
who
far.
you're
I gave you
voting
guys
for.
opportunities.
Just don't
I
say
didn't
who
give you
you're
an
voting for, write it
opportunity,
down, so
but
it's-
All right.
I didn't really get much Andrew
yeah, I think
opportunity.
I'm voting.
Yeah,
I gave
the
these
vote for
two
Bernard is wasted.
fair
so
opportunity
vote for the other two.
to
Vote
do
for
something.
No, we're not.
who you
conspiring.
think played
Yeah,
the
don't
best
just
game,
fire.
Jerry.
just vote. I want it to be a
We're allowed to
surprise.
talk about it.
No, we're not.
Out loud we are. Why not?
We're not. That's not
I can say
right,
we're voting
Blake.
for it. Why not?
We can't talk about it.
I'm not
We've had
we're gonna
time
go-
to talk about it.
we're-
This is their last chance.
If we are going to go to votes right now, jury, you are voting for the winner of this game. Write down who you think deserves to win Survivor Arkdale Lake the most and win the title of Sole Survivor and $200. Vote for who you think the best game. Don't worry about wasted votes. Don't worry about anything. And we will start out. Andrew, you want to go head to the urn and take your vote?
If you don't know, yeah, you can.